Welcome to Shad Life. Theo just opened up today all of the trails. So like the North Loop, which is back in there, and I believe Conundrum and 45 North are open. That's the Loppet section, and over here is like the Mork Mocha section. So lots of trails to ride, and I decided I wanted to test out my SRAM Eagle 90. So that's the crankset in its stock form with these little bash rings built into there, right? And then you can see the flat top chain. So this is T-type or transmission, and then the derailleur is all one piece and goes into a UDH style dropout. So there is no derailleur hanger in this case. I was going to do a setup video of me installing this, but I can tell you right now, the install is a pain in the butt. At least for the first time doing it, because there's all these things you got to figure out. And the chainstay length of this Haro is 418, and that was not even an option on the SRAM website. So I had to kind of guess at what the chain length was, and I screwed that up. So now it's all good to go and it's working, but I gave up on making a video about it. I'm just gonna link, if you do buy this, I highly recommend you just go to the SRAM directions and follow them to a T, because it's pretty meticulous. And the reason why it is because there are no setup screws. There's no limit screws, there's no B-gap screw, there's none of that. It's like, if you install it correctly according to their complicated instructions and you get your chain length right and all of that, it should just work. And it does, but you have to get all that figured out. So that was frustrating. So that's ding number one on this system, is it's much more challenging to set up than a normal drivetrain. But let's see if it's worth it and let's see how it rides. POV today, gonna talk about the drivetrain, and yeah, let's go see how this performs now that I went through the pain in the butt to install it. Yay, they're open. Ha, riding season is here. Well, right off the bat, going through that, I don't hear any chain rattle. It's not like bouncing around or anything, so that's good. Although this does have a big rubber chainstay guard, but I kind of remember hearing more chain noise with the NX drivetrain that came stock on this thing. All right, yep. All this super technical stuff, and it feels super solid. It's not bouncing around or anything. Cool. But my bigger question is, how well does it shift? Wow, I was right on the edge of that thing. All right, the famous rock garden climb. First time doing it this year. How will I do? Cleaned it, yes. No way. On my first try, first time of year. Whew, that's a lot of work though. I think I hold my breath when I do that stuff. Okay. There's a part up here, right where I turn left here, where I have to climb, and I'm gonna go into hard gear. I'm gonna shift while putting power down. Yeah. Huh. Try it again. Tons of power. Well, as advertised, it was shifting under power without an issue. Didn't even sound harsh. Huh. Okay. And all my regular shifting that I've been doing has been flawless. I'm intentionally going into too hard of a gear. I'm going to get into power and then go 2 at a time. I heard it a little more that time, but I didn't care that I did that. Okay, and 2 is the most you can go. What was that in my voice? 2. So 2 clicks. That's the most you can go. A lot of shifters you can do 3, I think maybe even 4 on some. This one only allows you to do 2 at a time, and when I say that 2 at a time going into the easier gear, going into harder gear seems to always be 1 click with most systems. I think I got too used to the e-bike. So this bike got about 2 pounds lighter, but not because of the Eagle 90. It's also much better feeling as far as ride compliance. If you've seen my initial reviews on this bike, I didn't like how harsh of a ride quality it was, and excuse the wind, but it was mostly because I thought it was let's rephrase that. I thought it was mostly because of the aluminum frame, which I'm sure has something to do with it, but now I'm realizing it has to do more with the wheels. I think they're called KOM Tough rims, and these on here now are Hunt Trail Wides, and they're lighter than the KOMs, and they're they obviously have more compliance because this bike feels way better. It's not beating me up. Kind of wild. That was not something I was expecting in this video, but in order to do the Eagle 90 I had to do these wheels because they were the only wheels I knew how to order a XD driver for, which is required for the SRAM cassette, which is a pretty nice cassette. If you saw my unboxing, it's pretty light. Impressive. Oh, I went too slow back there, but that's alright. I can just pedal my brains out and get over that. Whoa. Oh, what happened here? A bunch of clearing. That's crazy. Probably buckthorn removal. That's a big thing they do around here. That's so crazy. Yeah, wow. Okay, so yeah, everything feels really smooth, really good. The shifts are really good. I mean, it seems like a very dialed system. Couple of things I did is I ordered the 165 cranks versus the 170s that came on the bike. That's going to be my go-to now. It's a slightly shorter crank arm. And yeah, aside from that, it's pretty much a similar gear ratio and everything as the NX drivetrain that came on this, although I do believe this has a 10 tooth versus an 11 tooth small cog. But geez, like, does that really matter? Like, when am I ever going to be in that gear? Maybe going balls out downhill or something. But this bike has transformed. Like, I really liked it before, but now it's not beating me up, and that's because of these wheels. And so you combine the lighter weightness, the better shifting, and yeah, and I love the brakes. These are TRP Evo slates. So yeah, they're awesome. One thing I am noticing is how quiet it is and solid. There is a solid feel to it. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't think that would be a thing, but like if you think about the derailleur all being all one piece, nothing's rattling around, there's no play in the system. So right back there, my habit is when I shift into easier gears is to let off a little bit rather than just keep pedaling. And when I did, it didn't shift so smooth. It's almost like it's designed for you to just be putting pressure on it. So I have too many bikes to get in the habit of not letting up, unless I put this system on every single bike. Kind of funny. All right, we gotta ride Thunder Chicken. Good stuff. Oh, I almost mistimed that. Oh, that could have been bad. Okay, there you go. SRAM Eagle 90. It is a mechanical system, not electronic, which I probably should have mentioned at the beginning of the video for those that don't know. But as you can see, there's a derailleur housing and cable inside there. But yeah, it's a pretty sweet system. It sucks to install it, but once installed, it works great. As long as you probably have to make sure you install it correctly, because if you don't, I'm sure it doesn't work great, right? And my only real complaint is the steel chain ring. I don't know, it was pretty heavy, and I just want lighter weight components than that. I mean, I like the idea of the bash guards, that's neat, but I would rather just have a lighter weight chain ring, and Wolf Tooth makes one that works with the transmission, or T-type chain they call it. So if you're ever wondering, like if you have this system, you want T-type compatible components. And the cranks are really light and stiff and pretty nice, but I don't know, don't understand the chain ring thing. But anyway, it is what it is. So there you have it. Sweet. I'm liking this bike even more now, especially with these wheels. And I wasn't even going to talk about the wheels in this video, but I could definitely feel a difference in the ride quality with these wheels versus the stock wheels. Those KOM tough rims and wheels must just be really stiff, and these must have a little more give to them. That'd be awesome to put bird spokes on this bike, but it's a lot of money. Appreciate your support for my channel. Please like and subscribe. Peace.